Hey, this is Mr. Barre, and this homework assignment deals with solving systems using substitution. So here's our first system. It says that y equals -6, and then I have this other equation, which is -9x minus 5y equals -15. So this is a system of linear equations, and if I were to graph these lines would cross somewhere. And that's what I'm going to find is that point of intersection, but I'm going to do it with an algebraic method. I'm going to use substitution. So I know that y equals -6. So I'm going to take that -6 and I'm going to put it right there for y. So I have -9x minus 5 times -6, there's the substitution, equals -15. Now I'm going to solve this single variable equation. So I have -9x plus 30 equals -15. I'm going to subtract 30 from both sides. So -9x equals -45, dividing by -9. So x equals 5. There. Now look, I have x and I have y. My solution is 5, -6. That's it. Now, this was the most basic type of substitution problem. They will get a little bit more challenging, but I'm going to do another basic one here. So I know that y equals -3, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to substitute it into the second equation. So x plus 3y, there's my y, equals -19. X minus 9 equals -19. So x, see, adding 9 to both sides, x equals -10. There's my x, there's my y. -10, comma, -3. All right, so we have another substitution. There's the y, and I'm going to plug that in right there for y. So -5x plus 7y, there's the y, equals 9. -5x minus 21 equals 9. Adding 21 to both sides, -5x equals 30. Dividing by -5, dividing by -5, x equals -6. So this is where those two lines, if you were to graph them, this is where they'd come together. If you were to graph them, that's where they come together. Now for the next part that's a little bit more challenging. Here are a system, and they're both in slope-intercept form. So what I'm going to do, since y equals this and y equals this, I can set them equal to each other. So I know that x plus 2 equals 2x plus 9. I'm going to subtract x from both sides. That's going to give me 2 equals x plus 9. I can subtract 9 from both sides. So x equals -7. There's my x value. Now I have to get the y value, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to plug it into the x up here. I could have plugged it in at the bottom. I chose the top equation just because it looked easier to work with. So I have y equals x, but x is -7, plus 2. So y equals -5. -7, comma, -5. And there's an answer key to this somewhere. Hopefully that's correct. Let's do another one of those. These are both in slope-intercept form. I'm going to set them equal. So 4x plus 8 equals x minus 1. Subtracting x from both sides. So 3x plus 8 equals -1. Subtracting 8 from both sides. 3x equals -9. So x equals -3. I'm going to take that and I'm going to plug it in right there. I could have plugged it into the top one. I'm choosing the bottom one just because it looks simpler. So y equals x. There's my x minus 1. So y equals -4. There you go. And the rest of the problems work out similarly. So there's x equals -8. Plug it in right there and solve it. And then these guys, just set them equal to each other. Solve for, yep, there are my lights. Solve for one of the variables and then plug it in to get the second variable. Give me a moment. Actually, that was it. So I'm going to stop the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.